Hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we got an air compressor. And I'll tell you the story behind this air compressor. I have one of them little Campbell Hosted, little tiny 2-tank, 3-gallon piece of junk air compressor. So that thing was offensive. You turn it on, it will make you jump so hard that you'll be ready to leave the shop. So I went and got another offensive one. But this one's a 6-gallon, not a 3-gallon. I guess I'm just going to have to live with these real loud air compressors until I can afford to get one. But I went and picked this up. I traded a 22 for it. And I can't believe the guy actually second guessed it. I mean, he wanted $75 for this, and the gun was worth $245. So, you know. But anyway, this is what it came with. This piece of junk hose, which is, I think whoever made these things ought to have their brain examined, because they are junk. And it's got air in it, not much, but it is a nice trigger sprayer. I do like that. So I got that, and that's a bonus for me. But this thing here is going to go in the trash, I can tell you that right now. But we're going to take all the air out of it. Which I believe it should be pretty close. Got a little bit of air in it. Almost there. But I was making a joke with one of my YouTube newfound subscribers. He subscribed to me, and I felt it was only right that since he did for me, I subscribed to him. And I'll put his channel right here for you. He's got one just like this, and I was making a joke about it because of the way he took a grinder, a little die grinder, and Dremel tool with a grinding wheel, and dug it out here, and a few other things on it that was kind of funny to me. I told him, I said, that is a redneck air compressor if I ever seen one, and now here I am going to get one myself. So it was just all in pure fun. But anyway, I wanted to show you this before I started, because I'm going to restore this. I'm going to bring it up to snuff. And I'm probably going to try, this is the goal, I'd like to try to get rid of this god-awful looking cover that's on it. And if I can find a way to shroud the fan, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, because this thing's busted up. It's just, it's not Bison standard, man. But anyway, let's plug this thing up. And let's see how she runs. I've already heard it run, but I had it in the car, and I couldn't stand it up in the trunk, so I had to lay it down, and I didn't think about it till I got halfway here that oil would leak out of it, and it did, so I'm hoping that doesn't hurt anything. But we're going to try her out here. We've got some power. Alright, well, I've seen enough. I don't want to have to drain a whole lot of air out of it. So it works. But I'm going to take this thing clear apart. I'm going to clean this tank up. Probably polish it with some wax. And glue that sticker back together where it got damaged. And we're going to see if we can't make this look like a brand spanking new one. Preferably without this cover shield. I don't like that. Now, I was telling you about the guy I just met on YouTube. He had a hole in the top right here where there used to be something. Now, we're going to find out what that something's supposed to be. So, we're going to start taking this thing apart and see if we can't unplug it first. Alright, now get a cleaner rag. You're going to laugh when you see this. I use my old socks that gets holes in them for waxing. We got two choices. We got new finish, once a year car polish, or black magic. We're going to use a new car. We want it to look like a new car. Guys, does it look like a brand new one? Don't you all fight to tell me first. And there we go. Now there's a few places I can't get. You know, these here are chips in it that's gotten clear down the metal. Ain't a whole lot I can do about those. Just adds character. Never know. I might have a moron moment. Oh, come on. That bolt just broke off. Or the plastic broke. Well, daggone. What in the hell? Well, alright, here's a prime example of what to do to fix a broke out hole. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And if you look down in there, you'll see this little saddle broke out of the inside of that. But that's no big deal. This is still going to be hitting the top of this. And it's not going to change how it works. So what we're going to do, we're going to find a longer screw, just like that one, with a washer just big enough to go around the edge of that hole so that it don't go down in there. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, let's see how this works. she works. Well, apparently my battery went dead on me. I don't know where it stopped, but we did get it back together, and it works great. And hopefully I got the demonstration of it working, and it works great. It pumped up to 130 pounds. The other one I had was a three gallon and only pumped up to 100 pounds. So this gives me 30 more pounds to work with. The last time I went to pump up a 37-inch tar, took 2 hours, and I said that's it for that one. I tried using a refrigerator pump on it, and it works great. The only problem with it is that compressor, the Campbell Hosfed, originally did not come with a pressure relief valve or unloader valve. And when you first start it up, it'll pump up to 100 psi, and then when you're using it, it cuts back on at 60 pounds, and it does it the first time. And there a while ago, it done it twice in a row, but it takes its moments where it doesn't want to start back up. It just sits there and it'll click, and then 5 minutes later it'll click again, but it takes a while. Sometimes you have to drain the air clear off of it in order to get it to pump back up. So basically what it needs is a overload valve, or unloader valve, and I'm going to get one and put in line on it and see if that makes it any better. And if it does, I'll just put it back here at the drill press and use it back there. And then this one here will be my main one. So there you go. You have the first look at my new, used air compressor. I have the hubcaps for the wheels, but or one hubcap. Apparently he lost one because I looked in the back of my car, it wasn't there, so apparently it's gone when I got it. But anyway, y'all have a good one, man. Later. Well, I have to put something else in this video. And remember, this is cracked. Well, we're going to take care of that right now. And it's going to be fairly simple. I've decided to use this piece of sheet metal, and I'm going to cut a piece and go right in there, and then I'm going to cut this to the contour of this right here and just kind of put some round edges on it, and pop rivet it on there. We're going to mark that, and it should be pretty much square. We want to come out to about right here on it, and then we'll square that off. we'll cut that. Now you're going to get some curl up on it. So you want to curl, you want to curl on this side and let this side curl down to the bottom of the shears. At least that's my theory anyway. And then we want to try to make that just as straight as possible. And you notice I'm curling it. That way you can get a nice straight line. If you curl the other side, then you would have a dent showing in it. It may still yet. This is a little hard to do because this is some hard metal. It'd be nicer if I had it in a vise, but this stuff doesn't bend very easy when you're cutting short pieces. Alright. So then we'll take this over to the vise, and I'm going to tap it at least a few times with a hammer. And just kind of flatten it out a little bit. Alright, now we've got it nice and flat, and that should fit right there. Now we're going to round these corners off here, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to take us a big old washer, and we're going to lay that down on there, and we're going to put the edges right close to each other. We're going to make a round spot. Alright. Then we're going to try to cut that in a circle. The worst part is actually getting the bite. It's always a good idea to get enough bite on it that you can go all the way through it, so you ain't got to stop like I had just now. Alright, then we're going to take a file, and we're going to file that until it's nice and uniform. Same with this side. And you can only go halfway through it, and then it starts doing that jerking when you see. You got to turn around and do this side. Alright, and then to kind of dampen these edges, we're just going to go all the way around it a few times. I'm just going to take and cut them corners down just a little bit. Now, we're going to put a pop rivet in each corner. Alright, So because we're putting them on the corners, we want this to be something like, no, like that. Alright, so that way, you got it bent. That way, when you put these pop rivets in it and you hold that down, the pressure that those pop rivets are holding will straighten that back up, and it will stay straight on you. So you don't want much of a slant, just that much right there. Then we're going to put that, well, we got to drill an 1/8 inch hole. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll pause, I'll go drill, and then we'll be back. Alright, so now what we've done, we made our plate, and we can put anything we want on it if we want to put something on it. And we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to get us 4 of these second size up. And we're going to pop rivet that to it. And then once we're done pop riveting, then we will paint the pop rivets. I knew I was going to have one of them off. That last one's a little off. But I didn't want to drill it while it was on there because I didn't want to skin up my paint before it got done curing. So then, now that we've got that completed, now we're going to take a Sharpie, permanent Sharpie, and we're going to paint these, the heads purple. That's what it looks like, purple. And there we have it. A fuck-up fixer. And look, it fits right in here. Just perfect. Now, if this would have had a handle on it like the other YouTube guy has, we would be not putting it back in there because I had my air dryer here too. You can't see that. But anyway, there you have Bison rebuilt Coleman PowerMate standard oil lubricated direct drive air compressor. This thing has 3.9 CFM at 40 psi and 2.6 CFM at 90 psi, and it's a 6-gallon. I think it's going to turn out to be a pretty decent deal. So we'll talk at you later, and y'all stay good. Later.